Tonight, from the Bison Museum, it's the positive side of sports and entertainment from the Verve Zone Studios.
Former Phoenix Coyote Tyson Nash. Cincinnati Reds manager Dusty Baker. Featured in our entertainment section, Brent Bailey. And Bergwood. All this and more tonight on the positive side of sports and entertainment.
Welcome to another edition of the positive side of sports and entertainment. I'm your host, Roy Garibaldi.
And I'm Scott Passmore. I'm very excited this week for a lot of reasons. One right here.
Hold on. Let me tell you what a lot of reasons are. This guy went last week and he entered to win the Ancon Bolden mini helmet. He must have hit enter 1,000 times.
You got to do it a bunch of times. You can't do it. You can't win by one time,
Scott,
can you?
You're not eligible.
Oh, well, now you tell me. Anyway, this week, check this out. A Connor Jackson signed Diamondbacks helmet. It kind of looks like Roy Garibaldi there, but I know it's Kojak there.
This helmet would not fit me.
You're right about that. Go to the website, positivesideofsports.com, and you can win this cool helmet.
All right, a lot of good things happening tonight on the positive side of sports and entertainment. But where do athletes go when they retire? This one here, when you see him, he looks like he can still play the game. You know, I wasn't kidding when I said it looks like this guy can still play. Tyson Nash, you're too young to retire. What are you doing?
I don't know. I really don't. This is it's a tough thing for me. You know, it's a great opportunity, but it's a tough thing to retire. It's gonna be a tough year, but I'm looking forward to it, and it's a new chapter in my life, and I'm excited.
But to stay in the game, Scott, you are going to be the color analyst on radio for the Phoenix Coyotes.
That's right. Yeah, it's probably the next best thing to plan. You know, I'm on these charter planes. I'm hanging out with the boys. I'm eating in the nice hotels. You know, I wish I was playing. I'm going to miss it. It's going to be an up and down year, but I'm looking forward to it.
I want to know if, when you're on the radio out of uniform, if you're going to have to wear a sweatshirt or jacket. It's cold in here.
It is chilly. Believe it or not, I'm going to miss it. These guys smell out here, I'll tell you that. But it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward. I'm real rusty. I need some polishing, but overall, I'm a quick learner.
Have you had any second thoughts being around other guys skating out on the ice?
I have. We just kind of went through training camp with the Coyotes, and I had a couple thoughts of going down there, strapping on the skates and the jersey, and getting back out there. But I know it's a long year, and I'm getting older. The body's a little broken down, so this might be a good time to hang it up. And that's a good thing about being an athlete. You have a chance to do two major careers, and hopefully this is a stepping stone for me.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's going to be more nerve-wracking, taking the ice for the first time or the radio airwaves?
I'm nervous. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting a little anxious. We haven't had a lot of time to practice, but it's going to be pretty rough. Like I said, I need some polishing. I'm working with some great guys. Darren Pang, color for the TV. And then my play-by-play guy, Bob Heathouse. He's one of the best in the business, so I'm pretty fortunate.
You know, Bob Heathouse is a guy that definitely can keep anybody in tune to the game. But when I was talking to the guy in control of everything that you guys are going to do, Doug Cannon, he saw something in you that you didn't even see in yourself, because you were really standoffish when it came to getting the job. You go, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
No, you're right. I did do that. My first interview went terrible. I hated it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. You know, it didn't come natural. I felt like my personality wasn't coming out, which is important to me. I was sweating. I had to, you know, I'm like, hey, this isn't fun to me. Is this fun? You know, but they say it gets easier and easier, and they think that they see something in me. So hopefully like I said, it comes out.
Well, the cool thing is you'll be able to have insight that no other person would have unless they played the game, and you will have that connection with the players, so you'll be able to talk to them and they'll feel comfortable about that.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a lot of fun, you know, interviewing the guys. Shane Doan, good buddy of mine. Joe Vanosky, Derek Morris, real good buddy. I mean, I'm gonna bust these guys' chops, and I think that's what they want. You know, they had guys with 15 years experience that were, you know, putting their resumes in for the job, and they don't want that. They wanted, believe it or not, me. So, you know, we'll see how that goes.
Tyson, when you first talked to me about retiring, you spent last season in Japan. A lot of people weren't aware of your experience over there. But you said you wanted some quality time with your family. The kids are young right now. You're really enjoying this time, aren't you?
I am. I really am. You know, selfishly, you always want to play. And that's the good thing about hockey. You can play till you're 40 if you want. you know. But the other good side of it is, like I said earlier, this is a chance for you to have another career, and what an opportunity for me and my family to be in a city that we love, be in a community where our kids have deep roots already, and I'm looking forward to it, be around the family. I've been away for the last couple of years, so this is a great opportunity for me and my family to get back together.
You think being on the radio, you're going to find that you're still traveling a lot and spending time, with the team?
Well, let's not kid ourselves. My wife loves that I'm here, but she also loves that I'm going to be on the road as well, too.
You know what's funny? We both flinched when that puck came flying here. You never even flinched, did you?
I was going to catch that in the teeth again. So, yeah.
Earlier I was talking about you being in shape. And you really still have this passion for working out, don't you?
Well, it's something I've been doing since I was 5 years old. It's kind of inbred in us as athletes. Especially for me, I didn't have the God-given talent to be a great skilled guy that had the finesse. So I was always a heart and soul kind of guy that just relied on hard work. So I guess it continues on.
Well, let me ask you this though: if you went a year or two without strapping on the skates, would your ankles be weak?
I don't know. I don't know. I got pretty skinny ankles. They might snap.
Tyson, the one thing that you said is you want on the radio to be able to give the people the real world, not when you used to play. Is that going to be your overall goal?
I think so. I don't want to be that guy that says, when I all the time. I want to be a guy that maybe makes fun of myself a little bit with the when I's, but just have some fun with it. And like I said, my biggest concern is I want my personality to come out and to have some fun with it. And I think we're going to do that. I'm working with a great guy. So
I think the great addition, Scott, for the Coyotes is the fact that when you were here, you were a fan favorite.
Well, I don't know how. Like I said, I wasn't a skilled guy, but the people in Arizona, they're amazing. They love the blue-collar guys, the hard hat guys that punch the clock and go to work, and I appreciate it. I thank them for that. It seemed, it was nice for me.
You know what's going to be neat, though, for him? Before, after a game, you'd go sign autographs, you'd be busted up. Now you can sign autographs after you do the broadcast, and everything will still be all intact.
Well, I don't know who's going to want my autograph, but I'll take it. This is probably going to be my last interview, that's for sure.
Tyson Nash, he's going to be going from the ice to the broadcast booth now with your Phoenix Coyotes. Going into that segment with Tyson Nash, the first thing I said, this guy looks like he can still play the game, Scott.
I'm thinking maybe he could teach you a thing or two. You ought to try working out with him more often, or all the time.
You're a pretty funny guy.
And he seems pretty, I don't know him, but he seems a little too young to retire.
Hey, you seen some of the fights that he were in?
He's
just tired of brawling with some of the guys.
That is a good point.
Now you got to go home and brawl with the kids.
Hey, we're going to talk about